It is now.
Choose your agent.
Choose your agent.
Wherever they run, I will find.
Alrighty, let me load into the game real quick, and then we'll hop into the review. I had to turn off ad block on tracker because it was like messing up with my UI. I don't know if that's I need to get a new ad blocker.
Oh yeah, that's been happening to me too. I didn't even think about the fact that it was just because the ads were missing.
Yeah, they're getting too smart over there. They're like, if you got ad block, the website's gonna be broken.
I believe in all of you like
Big
I
sad.
believe in myself. My ult is ready.
All right, let's take a look here. So, a couple weeks ago, we talked about some of the Sunset pre-round stuff mainly, just getting more awareness on teammates, and being maybe more vocal in the mid-round. What do you feel like we're at with that?
I think if I'm really trying to win, well, the vocal part's the thing that's most affected by that. I think overall my awareness is typically fine, and I find that I'm always like trying to figure out exactly what the person closest to me, or at least on attack, what my duelists are trying to do. But really, I mean, I just try to pre-round a little bit more clearly, so I do know exactly what's gonna go on. And especially in Sunset, I mean, it's been very straightforward on that map recently for me, thankfully. A lot of just mid-market rushes that just pan out really well. So I think it's definitely been cleaned up a bit.
That's good. What do you think is holding you back if you had to pick maybe one or two things aside from the fact that MMR is a pain in the ass?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, yeah, a lot of like breaking the barrier has actually just come down to being unlucky. But I think the weakest part of my gameplay right now probably is I feel like I have very good personal impact from on a game-to-game basis. I mean, every now and then we get one that isn't particularly good, but for the most part, I think I am very impactful for most of the game. And I don't know, maybe I just need to like micro everybody more. I'm really not sure.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna try and write some of this down to revisit. Okay. With that in mind, let's take a look at the Silva Haven game. Just because Haven could be a good review. I know we've looked at it at least 2 times, but unfortunately, the past 6 Havens we have lost, which happens. There's always that one map in an agent or a map rotation that always bites me in the ass, and sometimes it's some of my strongest maps I don't really understand. So, I mean, looking at the score lines, it seems like 3 of these are stomps. So, but 3 of them are pretty close. Let's just take a look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the game. Cool. So a start. Okay, run C. We go for the rotate spawn. I do the same thing here. I've been wondering if it makes more sense to flank on pistol if they're going fast C. That's something I've been thinking about a bit more. Our jet does dash up, but there's definitely nothing wrong with rotating this way. Oh wow. WKO scan.
Do I bit it?
Oh, it's in you guys, dirt.
Damn.
Revealing
Spike planted.
It's a cool one. Wow. Fucking 2v5. Holy shit. Okay. Let's go back. I don't even know what just happened. So, looks like our Omen smokes. He's running in. He goes garage for the blinds. Okay, that's mistake number 1, but it is what it is. KO Cypher is playing backside. They flash peek.
Do I bit it?
Kills nobody. Cypher camp sees everyone. He kills no one.
You guys, dirt.
Damn.
You dart. He loses the right click battle.
Spike planted.
KO just whiffed again. Wow. That's unfortunate. This was definitely a... Not really much you could do here. I like that you sent the dart. I also like that you rotated front B side, just because you can hunt the lurker and your jet might be able to refrag if you die. So I do think the routing here, if we are going to go the like spawn rotate, instead of the flank. It does make sense to go this way. I do think the dart makes
It's a new dart,
sense.
Damn.
Especially because your teammates are currently alive in this frame. What I'm wondering, I guess, is whether or not it makes sense for us to route garage after. What do you think?
Yeah, I could definitely see the argument for garage. I actually don't know what makes me rotate through, like, come through garage rather than what comes through CT. I think if I think there's somebody in garage, I typically walk that way, but usually otherwise I walk CT, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I do find that I also go CT more, but occasionally I do go garage. Let me think.
I also typically want to go CT because I can shock default really easily.
Yeah. Do you have shock dart lineups from here?
I do, yeah, but
It does take a bit.
that
Yeah.
they take, well, yeah, like I wouldn't have been able to throw the recon if I was gonna throw the shock and still get to sight on the timing that I wanted.
Mm-hmm. This is a banger dart, by the way. It lands so quickly.
Yeah, it's a really good one. There's a rotation dart that I really like that you could send from A that lands C, but I need to get it consistent because I think that would help here. But
There's super easy one I can show you. You just full charge your dart on this little thing here.
yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
For some reason I have it miss so often. I don't know why.
There's also another one that you can do from this flower pot that I don't remember, but it's like something like this. I forget if it's a full charge or a half. It's probably a half.
I think it's two. Yeah, it'll be half.
It might be something like that. But yeah, there we go. It is well, I guess it's not a half, it's a 2/3, but yeah, something like this. It's not that strict, but I always do this one.
Yeah, that's the one that I know. I think I just like try to do it from too close. I don't know.
I gotcha. But yeah, that dart
Lands,
could have
like,
been
in the
good.
rooftop sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, too high. Yeah. Man, I mean, we definitely should already point out that there's no way we can really impact this round unless we did the early dart. But yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate. No one gets kills.
Revealing area.
Spike planted.
Yeah.
So we rotate in with the dart. I'm looking, it looks like there's 2 players scaling backside. So like right now I'm thinking you're also looking at minimap. We should be looking for the Clover, the Sova. We do look for that. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill. Okay, let's just see the round play out from now. Maybe there's a miracle.
Someone's back left.
Last player.
No.
No miracle. All good. Good pivot from them to fight.
Window.
I'm just gonna hope I get my old one. That's
And-
my goal this round.
I'm zoning.
Going for Ault, Orb,
It's like the same thing.
Yep. Let's get there.
Full. Okay. He
Got
flanks,
it.
dies. Jet dies. Just another retake.
Second minute.
Another 2v5. All good.
I went into die.
But sure,
Okay, next round.
Trevor, you're getting 4 this round.
Come on, Trevor. Got your 4.
That's what I'm saying.
Standing
Really
ahead.
dart,
KJ.
cage.
Alright.
There they are.
I do like to see the fight.
I'm good.
Probably refight this if you want.
Think front B.
Yeah, good refight. I personally would have done it a bit more aggro since the Omen was next to me, but this is fine. I'd be surprised if they commit this. Wow, they commit this. Holy
Nope, I
shit.
cannot.
Spike down A.
He is engaged. He owns me. Just short. So fun.
Yeah. Very swing heavy. I like it. You're definitely not afraid to take your fights. Very confident gameplay. Let's go back a little bit.
Cage day.
You know, you darted, the cage came up, you took your first fight here. I think, given that your Omen is here, you could probably just ask for a refight. Maybe shock swing, drone for the Omen to swing. Maybe even ask for his blind. I think that would be pretty good here. The other thing that I would have maybe suggested is if you aren't going to fight A long, to fully reposition just to take the short space. I know that's something we've talked about it before, and I've seen you do it a couple of times. But that's just something to consider for an alternative. Like, just because this fight here, although not bad, it's just kind of hard to get the kill.
Yeah.
Once we get spotted, I think I feel pretty biased to go towards short just because they know we're fighting this lane. In terms of like repositioning on site holds, I try to update where my next fight will be. There's nothing wrong with staying here, but you do end up going wide to kind of, I guess, hold the short smoke anyways.
Roman asked for a drone break, so I was trying to see if I could get
I
it for
see.
him.
I gotcha. It's definitely not bad. Yeah, I see. I see. Get this kill, and then got some good side holds. So overall, the round was pretty good. I like that you're playing confidently. My cat is freaking out in his litter box, so let me just go check on that real fast.
Yeah.
Un segundo. I am back. How you doing?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Alrighty, next gun round. Look. Dart, dart. Wow. Or C. Okay, so I guess what I'm curious on is, I don't know if you recall, but one of the first vows we looked at was Silva Haven. In some rounds, you would stay A and push. Is that something that you find yourself doing anymore?
Yeah, I still do it all the time. I don't think I ever do it in this VOD. I don't know why I don't do it in this VOD though. I think they just went C so many times that like I end up just insta rotating if I see nothing. But yeah, that's something that I do typically in most every other Haven game.
Maybe we should come up with like a rough flow chart on when to do that. If they're going C. Because I do think retaking from spawn fucking sucks.
Right. If you don't get there in time for like the flood, it's just so rough.
Yeah, and we also don't have our dart. So maybe that could be our indicator here, is like, if we use our dart early and they're spotted heavy C, just opt for the push up / flank. And then if, let's say like you have your dart, because like maybe you early shock darted or something, rotating spawn side probably would be better. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay. Let me write that down just to remember. A decision making after they go fast C. If we early dart, push up for A space in order to flank / contain. If we still have dart, more likely to rotate spawn side to play the retake / flood with dart. Okay. Keep going? Yeah, this plays out. They did get KO suppressed. Hopefully it's not. Yeah, hopefully it's not a retake. So we get this kill here. At this point, it does seem like a cancel, so going for mid info would be good. I personally would just drone mid here. Instead of trying to reclaim the A line, it might be a bit too late.
Going back to A.
typically it's better to continue your push rather than go back and reclaim, unless you have really good timing, like you just did it immediately. But there's a chance that this guy's walked up already, so.
Yeah.
I think that mid drone might have been a little bit better, but let's see. Now it's a waiting game. I do like this angle though. This is a quite nice angle. And we do still have the C camera. Like we have two forward, like decent forward spots here. So it's not the worst setup in the world here, but I would have liked to see the mid round info in mid is the main thing. See what happens though. Can this speed it up a little bit? Okay, so they do end up coming in, get the kill. Nice. So I mean, ultimately, it did work out for us. I think there is a real scenario where they hit B or hit C there. So our, I don't want to say gamble, but our read was correct here. Getting the kill and then darting after is also really good. Unfortunately, no kills, but we get some shocks.
On my way.
Normally, I shocked at default. I think it's a little bit better.
Yeah, I should have just shot default. I think I heard the jet right now, but I was like, oh, if she goes graffiti, I can hit her, but...
Yeah, get some chip damage. Yeah. Okay, drone for the retake. It's well timed on your smoke fade, and your teammates already spawned.
Club tag.
Tag.
What is ammo?
Unfortunately, we lose 2 there. Wow. Let's go back here. So we know where 2 out of 3 are. It's KO suppressed, but we don't know exactly.
Club tag.
What is ammo?
Okay, so there's 2. Still don't know where this guy is. The flash. Saw his head there. We jump up. Just a nice shot from him, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man. Fortunately, we lose the A retake. It looks like. Wow. 0 for 3 on retakes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Like hindsight makes me feel like maybe repositioning onto A site instead of heaven would have been nicer, but we didn't know how close up they were. And that literally just comes down from the decision of us looking to rotate instead of push up for the A space. So
Right.
I think that's definitely something we could explore a bit more if we're using that early Sova dart. But let's see how the rest of this half plays out. It's a bit rough. So we're going for the ult. I do like this play.
I got nothing.
How did see? Oh, and we could have done the drone in the mid round for mid there.
Yeah. Nobody outside A.
So our jet has the A line. That's nice. You're rotating
Locked
C.
up
I'd probably drone like garage or mid here just because it looks like they're far back C. But droning C here would be good too for a tag. Just for your ult if you wanted to.
Take flight.
Yeah, so they cancel. At this point, they did go garage. So let's go back here just so I can kind of share my thought process a bit more. We have aggro camp C. We didn't see anything A line. They're a bit further back. It doesn't look like a C rush, right? Because they're past this line here. It seems like they're kind of more so looking like a shitty default or something. So at this point, I'm like, okay, they're like somewhere in this area, maybe like window as well. That's kind of like what I see. As we rotate over here and he jump spots, but it still could be a C rush. So at this point, like rotating here does make sense. Jump spots, I'm like, okay, that guy is super far back, which makes me immediately inclined to think the majority of their players are probably somewhere here. So this is where I would cancel my rotate here and then look to drone garage or maybe come back and drone B. Because I feel like I'm more likely to find more players instead of the clove. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Okay, so that's how we should be hopefully reading the game state here. But of course, we drone is clear C. There's nothing wrong with this. Just potentially could be higher value in mid there. Unfortunately, he dies. He was on a good angle too. He just lost it. KO's lost a couple duels this game. Hopefully our Omen doesn't insta-die here either. Okay, so they're defaulting. We should jump spot C here to see if it's a commit. Because at this point, we don't know if this guy's solo fighting. Wow. Okay, so our A push died too. Our B hold died. And the flood. Yeah, he was reloading and got chased. Okay. Our rotate here is a little bit slow because it seems like you were anticipating a C split off of the dart.
Yeah, I was anticipating anything. Yeah.
Yeah, this Sova, I don't even know what he's doing, but we got caught on that. So essentially could have rotated a bit quicker if we went for the immediate jump spot, but see how this plays out. Still winnable. Yeah, here, one right side planner, good dart. In the late garage, okay. So the theme of this game here is the fact that it's a little bit unlucky, right? Because of our starting position, they're going the other side, not A. And two, our mid round is, I don't want to say lacking per se, but it's not as precise as it could be based on what they're showing on the minimap. Basically, we could read the game state a little bit better so that we could be positioned a bit more. And part of that is going to be droning in mid/garage to figure out that answer. But I definitely understand the bias to go towards C site because we played 2v5 retakes on C so far.
Yep.
But yeah, the enemy team is also showing good variety in their game so far. Like they've rushed C, they fake C, they've defaulted. Like this would be the default round, so I would say the attackers are playing pretty well so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for the ult round again, nothing there. Let me go back a bit. Okay, so FA 2 spotted C. Okay, there's the Cypher. Just feel a little bit like a rush. Yeah, so it is a rush. Yeah, there it is. The ult comes in. Nice, good hit. Good kill. Okay.
Cypher literally dies to anything.
Okay. Oof.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. This was finally a good C hold. A good ult as well.
I don't know where he is.
Yeah, not much to say about this one. This was just an ideal round with the ult, I would say.
Revealing area.
Okay, so back to the A line. K09, 5 dart. Pick the fight.
Oh, I almost revived them.
Yeah, almost. Pick this fight. I'm down. All 5 are C player takes the space, which is good.
Shock shot.
Sure.
Nowhere to run.
I'm tucked.
So kind of what I'm thinking right now, because our Cypher has them contained, is not actually to go for a mid-round reclear, but just theoretically. Let's say like we didn't have a player containing and he was like here or here, and they did have the option to cancel. I'd be positioning myself probably back site or even close short here, so that like next to this box, so that when the smoke fades, I can drone and reclear. But given that this player is here, we don't have to think about the reclear. But hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Surprised they don't hit off the sub ult though. This is a good corner. This guy's just blinding for fun. Okay.
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Wait, I have great timing on the trip
Yeah,
now.
this is good. We're incentivized to take the fight because they're fighting. You pick that up and
One
swung,
enemy remaining.
and we just went off the contain.
Spike
Nice.
down A.
So we're 2 for 2 on the A hold so far, thankfully.
So first.
Not much to say here.
You'll let me say.
Nice. 2 for 2 on the A holds. Okay. So far the impact on A is good. We just have to figure out what to do when they go not A.
They hit the trip.
Right.
Then it's
Wow, we killed this guy too. Come. Boom, boom, boom.
Revealing area. There they are.
Nice.
It's more garage.
I'm down to play this aggro too.
Walked out, walked out.
Yeah, he just ran away, grabbed him left.
Yeah, so we do push up here. Is that because you got the kill and it felt like a default instead of a rush?
Probably, yeah. I definitely felt like it was a default after they just like were walking up no other scans. I knew it was just right here. So
Gotcha. So it seems like you're more likely to walk up A when it's a default versus a rush.
yes, for sure.
Okay.
Cypher window, one grass.
Okay, we should just win this round. I'd be very surprised if this guy just pulls out some kills.
Making noise for you
So about
guys.
Guardian C.
Close, Cypher grass.
If I,
Enemy down.
Nice. Yeah,
close-
that was good. Your omen should get some kills. Yep. Okay.
we can mic it up.
Let's do it.
Revealing area.
Top of C.
So let's see, we get orb. So this could be a good round to push up again, just based on what we're seeing. We committed the dart. They're showing heavy mid C. Could be a good round to push up.
I don't know why I don't there.
It could be timing based too, because like you are aware that the trip is there. So valid. Maybe that's also something you could do against Cypher. It's like default the shock to break the trip.
Yeah.
I haven't done that one in a while, but man, Archaeo's been first blooded at least 3 times on the C hit.
Yup.
So you do make it to the flood. Holy shit, everyone just died.
Yeah.
They get collided by a Bucky? Is that what just happened?
Yes, they did.
Last player
Wow.
standing.
Fuck, that sucks. The C hold is... It's ass. It's ass. Like, theoretically, even if you flank here, it's not going to win. Which kind of means that our starting position might have to be different.
Yeah.
We aren't playing any B or garage, which is something to note.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to move because so much of my team is mid and C, and I'm like, okay, I should have enough time to rotate when I've got 4 guys on that side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely the mindset I would follow too if I was playing in a more coordinated environment. Like in your case, you're trio queued, I believe, and I was filling for a tournament on Monday, and they had me playing Sova. And I was the A line player every line, you know, or every round. So like, I definitely understand. There's a couple things I guess I want to say to that. One is that, sorry, Trevor, but your sight holds haven't traditionally been the best. So that's something that you should know about your duo. And maybe play more to support him rather than to play like double extremity. It would be ideal if, you know, you both could rely on each other on their sight holds, but to be fair, it is kind of hard to hold C sometimes. Now with our comp, it shouldn't be,
sure.
but you know, regardless. So that's one. Two is that we've already talked about Haven as a map, but I just feel like consistently the VODs I watch, the players that play B just carry more games than the players that play A or C. Regardless of role, to be fair. But it's simply just because the fast rotate, you get more opportunities, right? Like you don't have to play as much retake. And as we can kind of see here, we're playing the retake a lot. Things a little bit different if you're playing Yoru, you know, TPs, but yeah.
I fucking hoped it decided as fast as I could the second I got there.
Bit unfortunate. But if we go back, this could be a round where we also could push up. Again, I don't think it would have changed the result of the round, but given the circumstance, if they decide not to commit, your positioning would be better as well. But yeah.
Cross the help site, I've got a Bucky jumps out and rips my head off.
That's tough.
Okay, so go back.
Scanning ahead.
Early camp C, so it looks like A start. Dodging the dart. Okay.
Might be in window.
Yeah, I guess
Never
it's
started A.
window start.
That's
Yeah.
too
It's good for you to walk up on though. I got the B kill.
bad.
This would be a good round to flank, I
another
think.
one,
But you have ult, actually.
Ult is ready.
Probably better to ult the B
Yeah.
plant.
That was my plan. If they plan.
Yeah,
Trevor's walked out.
I feel like this. I'm a little bit scared of the short lurk, but
Jet top rush.
Window.
it'll be fine. Drone to clear the B space could be good, unless we cypher ult.
Spike
Okay.
down mid.
Top rush though.
Okay, wow. C split. Okay. So now we just play the retake with the ult.
It's down, grass.
Both garage, both garage.
Looks like here you're heavy
Top
focus
rush.
on ulting here.
Where's bomb?
Getting ready for the plant, is that right?
Yeah, and then I was like, oh wait, bomb's grass. Grass.
Gotcha. So,
Both garage, both garage.
this guy's just omen blinding for fun again, man.
Yeah, we didn't have blinds like this entire game. I don't remember seeing my KO blind once except for pistol.
Yeah, he's been dead first contact most of the game, so it is what it is.
Dropping.
Guy's gonna wrap B for
Jinglet there in a
sure.
second.
Yeah.
Last player standing. One enemy
Yeah, definitely should have picked that up a
Actually-
bit earlier, but it's all good.
remaining.
Yeah, I thought that I would be able to kill her when she was getting that wide, and then that smoke was kind of genius.
Low key, huh? Bottom right like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately we played the 2v2 a bit poorly. The omen as well, because he threw the blind, but yeah. Man, our C hold's just rough. I mean, it's just like the mid control in general. But we have ult again.
Revealing area.
Okay, A start. Unfortunately, we lost the fight this time, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
We did lose the A round, but 2 for 3 on the A rounds. 2 for 3.
One more round.
Take a look at this list. This one here.
Scanning ahead.
Clear.
C-split, I think.
Yeah, this thing
C
is
split. Rotate.
nothing
C long clear, so it's just heavy garage. Yep. At this point, this is where I would drone mid or something.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Enemy spotted mid.
See? Taking the front B fight's fine. Yep, here's a drone.
Deploying
Okay.
drone.
One long.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Unfortunately, they have defaulted. They're playing really good.
Probably gonna go back there.
They are playing really good.
I'm sure.
Definitely could be an A gap here. We have the C info. You just drone C, so leaning
Okay.
A side definitely makes the most sense here. I would completely give B and get an A side, but I think you wanted to play your ult.
Starting
Looks
it.
like.
Yeah. Make sure they don't walk up B on me.
Yeah, combo your dart here too would be ideal. But oh, we're dead. Oh no, just
Kill
kidding.
one player.
Pushing smoke. Pushing CT.
Dead.
Nice.
One was out.
Tagged the so
Shout out,
maybe, I
Trevor.
think.
Default
I've had
second.
if,
Revealing area.
I've had if I kill one.
Sound.
Short.
Spike
Oh,
planted.
never mind.
Nah, short and default.
Oh, that doesn't kill.
Yeah, there's a weird part of the box that isn't actually full spammable.
Okay, short, we scale left, right?
Interesting.
One enemy.
Hiding.
Short.
Chad.
Tagged, I can't get on.
Wide.
And now I just die for
Swing
him.
him.
Players
Yeah,
Good
this was
trade.
good. This round was good. I like that we actually droned mid for once. You know, that caused us to overstack A side. We could have had 2 more rounds like this on A, like in the mid round, where our A positioning or our mid round reclear could have been better to position us for the E side hold. So, how do we summarize this defense? Well, one, the early starting positions on A worked when they went A, but on the majority of the other rounds when they weren't A, we weren't able to close the gap to get value. Either because our C hold was completely ass, or 2, because what we were doing in the mid round when they were defaulting just wasn't as ideal. So what does that mean? Well, there's 2 potential solutions to 2 different problems. One would be if they're just rushing a lot and they're going C, we would try and centralize by playing B. That would be one of the solutions to one of the problems, just more B starts. 2 would be for the defaulting type of vibe, if you are playing the A extremity and you use your dart, like committing to that push up. So I guess we have 2 actionables here. One would be this first one here, like actually pushing up for the space. And then 2 would be more B starts so that we can influence the C hold a bit more. I guess alternatively, you could learn the, like have a more consistent dart from A to C. But personally, I would just encourage you to play more towards B/garage regardless. And I have seen you play games where you have played more B, but just this game in particular, we literally started either A or A-Link for your ult every single round. And
Yeah.
you know, in your case, you were playing in a trio, like I completely understand. But I would wonder if that's causing us to lose a bit more Haven games since we're 0-6 the past 6 Haven games. So definitely something to experiment with. I know a ton of Sovas actually don't play B. They play more garage. I never find fucking success garage, so I don't know what people do there. But that's something you could try. You might be a bit more Sova-esque than me. But I do know that this flood dart for C from here feels really nice. And if they do end up going B, you do have a pretty good dart onto the B hit anyways from here. Just the downside is that you rotate from garage to A is going to be a bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for me, it's really either centralize on some rounds and push up A more, which I think could be 2 pretty easy fixes. Oh, the other thing I was gonna add too was the drone in the mid round. Drone in the mid round, ideally to get mid info, get info mid or garage. I feel like that's a huge part of Haven, is trying to figure out if they're in mid or if they're leaning on A or C. And typically, if you drone mid or garage and you don't see anything, and then your player like jump spot C or something, you can typically overstack A side. So that the timing on both of those should be done similarly. So if you drone mid and you clear it, then you might want to ask your C player to spot for the C long line, and then now we can overstack A.
Yeah. There's definitely games where I feel like I'm more able to drone mid. Maybe I only do it if I've seen contact there before, though. I don't know if I just do it if it's... No, I don't know. I'd have to think about when I do it.
Right. That's the hard part, is like trying to figure out when you actually do certain things. Because like realistically, you've done everything I just talked about. Like even on the Silver Haven game, the first one we saw, you were pushing up for space. You even did it in this game, you know? So I guess it's more so like trying to optimize that a bit more. Because if I think about my own play, it's like I do some things sometimes and then other things other times. And it's not like I don't fully understand it until I go back and sit and look at it. So
Right.
yeah. a bit strange. But given that we're losing a bit more Haven, these are some things that we could try. And I'd be curious on if it nets us a bit more rounds on defense. We did still end up getting a 5-7, so it's not bad at all. Let's take a look at T's side. T
Save that
side.
for the Pinar explosion chamber track.
I don't know what this guy just said.
I don't remember.
Forgot you were the jet.
Scanning ahead.
Okay, C rush.
Could be in the smoke.
Oh, we don't shock the trip.
Yeah,
Then
definitely.
I'm down.
Smoke,
Fuck
I
it.
heard.
Yes. Nice. Good trade. Alright, we don't have
Okay,
Yep.
let's go back and take a look.
Could be in the smoke.
Follow the
Yeah,
smoke because the
definitely
dart
smoke,
doesn't
I heard.
scan. W comes.
nice.
Line goes right. You look. Backside then right. Okay.
No backside.
Reyna's over.
Okay, so it's a bit quick here, but there's two things that we did well. One, we looked backside, and two, we did look logs. And then we are scaling with the jet rather than taking a different routing. So like in that sense, like we're doing those things well.
Could be in the smoke.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, in the smoke, I heard.
Yes. Nice. Good trade.
we didn't get the good timing on all of this. So this comes out, we get shocked, so we're incentivized to go left, and then this flash comes up, and we aren't able to
No
tuck in
backside.
time.
Yeah.
It really is just good timing from them. Like the shock dart plus the blind came in pretty nicely.
Reyna's over.
What I will say is that when we go back
Could be in the
here,
smoke.
Yeah,
Boop, boop,
definitely
boop,
in the
boop.
smoke, I heard.
Yes.
this guy dies.
Nice.
I would bait my ass off a little bit harder here. You kind of just run out as he's going in. I personally would wait until he dashes for me to go in, and that would make me, get the situation down a little bit more. Now that's a bit hindsight because it would change the timing a little bit, and you might survive. But just generally, if you wait until your entry duelist goes first, it'll let you actually have a cleaner time going into the site.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
Unfortunately, failed C rush.
Scanning ahead.
Let's see this round's little C dart. Okay,
Sova's on A now. They moved Cypher C. We actually just fight through B Link now.
I'm down for a B pop.
Just put a trip garage.
I didn't catch who that was. Low. Okay.
Rinse
Right
it,
side.
rinse it.
Yeah. Good crosshair placement. Jets out left. So you look right. That's good. Get the kill. One C
110
link.
Sova.
Ooh. Down for that timing. Yeah. This was a good round here. Looked right side. You going for the trade on the Silva timing. This was good. Unfortunately, no round win, but that was fine.
Fight through C Link.
Unlucky.
Sorry, sorry.
Go.
No early dart. It's fine. Run short.
Deploying drone.
Sova's on C, I think. That dart came from over there.
I have light armor and they have an outlaw.
Yep.
Short
Pretty
clear.
clear. They're pretty much like 3 here. Yeah. There we go.
Lova's shorty in the
They're
smoke.
4 here.
For BD now.
One of them.
Apparently.
Good fast rotates from them. My guess is also early C camera from the Cypher. So
I have light
pretty
armor.
good. I feel like sometimes this is why the drone short is just so slow sometimes.
Deploying drone.
It's still good to do because they're on low buy.
Sova's on C, I
Um,
think. That dart came from over there.
But what I've been doing
have
is
light
I've been
armor
canceling
right
my
now.
drone here. As soon as I clear these 2 corners, I cancel here so that I can have quicker pacing on my teammates.
Yeah, that makes sense. Short clear.
But yeah, this is just unfortunate. Because I guess what also happens too, since we saved the dart, we're hopefully looking to get the timing on the dart when our teammates are coming up long. But we don't get that timing here because the drone took a little bit. So that's something to consider too. And it's better that we go quick here because you're trying to beat the spawn rotate.
Lova's shorty in the smoke.
Yeah, right.
For BD
But-
One
now.
of them.
Yeah,
One
that's
murder.
fucked.
Fucking get one.
That's it's good fast rotate by them, but yeah, definitely a bit slow on our part.
Revealing
Yeah.
Deep side dart.
Let's take a look at this one
That not the
though.
last
Just
round?
take the ass to the room.
Now we'll be alright.
Revealing
One
area.
deep side dart.
Full dart.
Only scan me.
Out of charges. One.
Nice. Short player dead. So our timing here is gonna be a bit better.
Yeah, the dart actually didn't scan anything else.
Blinding backside.
Backside right now.
Nice.
Sova like 7. You 7 last round.
And we should go hell here.
One CT could be out.
We'll go for short.
Smokes are down. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Nice. Definitely more ideal for you to either go hell there so your KO doesn't have to reposition or stay default, but you did win the
Yeah,
fight, so
CT.
Typically where I go.
I think it's both.
you just kind of gravitated here just because the KO is here.
I think so, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, we should win this post. Thankfully, the A site rush worked this time because
I need my trick for
we
next
got
round.
the opening wheel on
Nice.
short.
Wait, you
Let's
guys-
see.
I have Jet 9 second up draft entry as well.
Are you blinding out of this? What's
Let's
your
see
blinding out?
rush.
Just
Okay.
ask okay, if he's ever flashed in his life. The answer is no.
Scanning ahead.
Okay.
We jacked up, just went it down.
He ran away. He ran out.
Wow. Nice. Okay, so this is where I would like to see the drone in the post plant. See if we use it.
Shot down.
This position's fine too. There's a camera just.
I can't break arena blinds, I have knives.
We won't be able to use
I'm
drone that
fine.
well here, but
Yeah.
this is probably something I would do after I drone. If like a resmoke came up, I would cross.
Big
No
brook.
smokes, no smokes.
Both grew up, which
We were playing nice and confident though. Not a spam.
Right now, CT.
Shot down.
What the fuck? I did not expect that got close. I would say
No,
good
yeah,
positioning
no.
though.
That was terrifying.
Just jumping around with the Bucky. That position reminds me of Hell on A. Like if we went from default to here, you kind of did the same thing here. We didn't get to see the drone, which I think is definitely something we can get a bit more value in the post plant. But the positioning itself is strong. It's just the drone lets it be a bit more clean. So
Yeah, if I feel like I drone frequently after planting. If like a kill had happened,
Mhm.
But I don't know. I feel like going plat there was a little bit more intuitive to me, and especially because I have a guy going on top of the default box.
mhm.
I don't know. Yeah, but because I like very frequently after plant, I just drone. I don't even remember if I planted that round. I think I did, but
I think someone else had the bomb.
oh, that might be why then. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it, and I was like, I want to take the more aggro position.
What do you think the drone is useful for in the post?
I mean, it'll slow down the flood a little bit if I get a tag. I get info on which lanes they're going to be running from, like which one has a majority. Also, like when it's actually about to happen.
I think for me, the most important piece of that is the fact that we know where the numbers are. Like, let's say theoretically we drone spawn, we only see like 2. And that lets you posture yourself a bit more for the, like your positioning is more intentional. Whereas like if we just go plat without the drone, it feels like we're praying that they all come spawn rather than it being like an informed decision.
Right.
So yeah, that's the big thing for me. Let's take a look at this round here. A lot of ACs, huh?
Cypher CD.
AC,
Hold on,
AC.
I know.
Take flight.
Wait, don't show. Oh,
Okay,
shit,
I just
hold
ulted.
on, okay.
We are going.
Hear the smoke. Close, probably in it.
Backside.
Backside Jet.
Okay.
Sick, I'm-
And clear A rush worked. But the thing to point out here, and again, I'm thinking about it from the fact that we played multiple Haven games, not just this one. I'm trying to like generalize. Our A execute impact hasn't been there because we're droning sewers. Like the timing of our jet going into A site is always ahead of us coming up short. So what does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple things we could do to shortcut that. What I do, and I've talked about this before, I think, but I just dart short. Which, whoa, not like that. That just bounced back to me. I just dart short, and I pretty much just run it up off this dart. And then when
I like this dart. I've just had people complain about it because sometimes they can get in the corner still.
yeah. And then after that dart, I normally drone from like here, or I'll just like clear all these angles myself, and then I'll drone from here. And then this just at least physically allows me to be closer on the hit. And your drone just clears more, right? You get to clear this, and then you also like get to clear info for your jet. But more importantly, like this game in particular, this smoke here has been annoying. So having your drone for the smoke is going to be important. So that's what I would recommend for this specific speed up if you wanted to do it for short. The other alternative is just not to go short. So let's just say theoretically you did some long dart, which that's just whatever the one I know. And then you run up and you drone from here. Like this one's not bad either, just because it physically lets you be closer. And then you can just reverse clear short here if you wanted to. So that is probably what I would recommend to fix some of the spacing issues. Because right now our execute spacing is off. So let me write this down. Or desynced with the long players. My recommendation would be early short dart, and then you can drone from closer. Or dart A long and drone from A long and reverse clear short with drone.
I'm resing.
But yeah, we should just win this round. But this is potentially could explain some of the impact issues on the A execute at least. Because it's very dependent on your long players winning.
Same dart.
So we're gonna see the same start probably.
Oh, here's like shit on C. Should be good.
And Cypher just back.
Yeah, so this time the A player died. We're probably gonna lose the A flood here. Let's see. Yeah, sounds like they're on site. And 2 guys died.
Spike
Yeah,
down
so this one's
A.
just L. I mean, there also is an ult too, but
We have Omen ult.
Wait, I'm gonna grab
Also,
bomb.
two guys is just so low impact, huh?
Let's cut nose.
We do not. He has bomb though.
Unless you have like neon maybe.
I know exactly where.
There's a front side
I'm
trap.
running.
Oh, we got a good lurk. Nice. Yeah, it's winnable now.
W tracker.
Winnable. I'd go garage
Crazy.
here, but C-long is fine.
I'm gonna try to as fast as I can. I routed this way because I had ult, I think, and then yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, both's fine. Both's fine. You're here for the C flood too, so.
I'll
Player
CT.
standing.
Hey, wow.
Okay, we just got diced up.
Yeah. Let's go back and take a look at spacing.
I know.
I guess our Omen already started
There's a
walking
front-
back before the kill. That's why.
Side trap.
I'm running.
He's just faster than us. Okay, and then as we're going here,
W tracker.
Cypher dies from the
Flood.
flood.
Fast again.
Unfortunately, yeah, they just hit some nice shots. Fuck. So far in the attack rounds, it feels like we've had we haven't actually been able to get in the gun duels aside from pistol, and even then we shot a blind and died. So I feel like it's a lot of spacing stuff right now, or like timing and
Yeah,
spacing.
I just have no idea how I could like even get there fast enough to be anywhere relevant. In
Yeah,
that fight.
I think it's for me. It comes down to the sewer dart that just allows us to speed up a bit more instead of joining from so far back. I think just that one change will help a lot on the A hit. For the C hit in particular, I mean, my C rush is a little bit different than yours because I prioritize the spacing. So most of the time, my C rush will look like this. I'll like shock dart the trip, and then I'll just run up with my dart here. Then now I'm like naturally second or third in. That's normally what my C hit looks like. Once I have Civil, and then I'll just immediately go here and then Civil, which is pretty much what you're doing with your dart anyways. So that doesn't change anything. But I would say try and be a bit more flexible with your C hit instead of doing the lineup dart so much. I think it's better to prioritize spacing in general by just like running around with your util and being close. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
But regardless, you have ult this round, so this is fine.
Cypher is here. Just go engage.
Wow, that's not a kill. Okay. Yeah, wow, he flooded it back in. Holy shit.
Cypher is here.
How's
Just
that
go
even
engage.
possible?
Yeah, I don't know.
I see. Our jet took the wrong routing. He should have went plat, but there's nothing you can do about that. None of our players actually took the backside space, unfortunately.
Yeah, that'll do it then.
Yeah,
Backside. Wait.
that's...
Cypher's backside.
Oh, nice kills. Fuck, that's really bad. The thing is, like, that's gonna continue to happen too until you're in like Model 3 lobbies. It's like people don't understand the power of the flood and the fuck. There's nothing you can really change here, I think. Maybe if your dart landed like 1 or 2 ticks later, so that the Cypher doesn't have time to run back in as your teammate is scaling, that could make sense. Like maybe
Yeah, I
in this
guess
case,
so.
yeah, like you hold your dart for like an extra 1 or 2 seconds, or you throw a different one that causes you to do it in off timing, but that's definitely something to optimize. Even though the routing could have been better, we could time it
Let's
also slightly
see
better.
If he's gonna put both his trips here, then we should take C or garage here.
I have
Go
this
late,
spike.
I'm down.
long.
C spot, okay.
Yeah.
Started A.
Okay, throw a knife from C main.
Wait,
Yeah, we're just gonna have to speed up here. Okay, I just
smoke is
knifed and
low.
got smoked.
Throwing you in the garage. Just give me 2 seconds. I love my KO.
Ratio coming in.
Yeah, he's not been playing well this game.
Deploying drone.
This drone's fine.
My bonding is fucked, yeah. Smoke's gonna go down too
Trip on the
soon.
box right here.
You're trying to be a nice of. I never ping those darts or those trips. I was like, there's a trip,
The trip close.
and then I just go for more space. Yeah, we have sight very cleanly though. No
Secret
sight
could be
hole.
out.
This is fine.
They're gonna be
See the
coming
post
twice.
plant. So we don't have drone at this point. I would just go back and reclaim garage or go for a C long wrap since it's 5v5.
Be flank.
Yeah, I gotta go
Garage,
re-clear
garage, garage,
flank.
We should fight
Yeah.
I
garage.
would have wrapped as well. But I've been
we just
enjoying the
focus-
wrap a lot lately.
We
Smoke is
oh NT. Fuck. We almost got the fight.
We should fight
I
garage.
think the reposition long is fine here too.
Wait, we just hold.
Fortunately, we just lost the
Fucking
duel.
flanker.
I'm gonna watch.
Smoke is
Yeah. He's just on the off angle. That's all. I mean,
Yeah, I was not expecting her tight.
yeah. He's just
Looking for some attack.
good timing from him. Realistically, fuck, we lost that.
Safe. Two really bad on the trips.
Stuff. Ideally, what would have happened is someone would have stayed late garage on the C split, but we couldn't do that.
Some along.
Okay, so our jet is short this time. He lost the
Got
fight,
short.
but this time our spacing with the long player is going to be pretty similar because the jet was with us,
Flash.
obviously.
I have a blind backside.
Revealing area.
Throw a flash KO, please.
Spike down.
Decayed.
And the close smoke. I think we've lost every A round that we've gone short if our jet didn't get the opening duel. So that kind of signifies to me, one, we just try the short dart to speed it up, or two, just like completely ignore short and just go for long instead. Because this flood it's not working. Not like this exec, it's not working. So yeah. A execute is definitely the big problem here, I would say. The C exec stuff, like, I would personally recommend you try the C execute I mentioned, which is like early shock followed by off the fly. Off the fly? That doesn't sound right, but whatever. Dart
I get what you mean.
towards plat. I think literally, I know they're minor changes, but I think literally if you try those two things, your spacing will be better, and I feel like that should be enough for us to change the game into our favor.
Yeah, I think historically, like, C hits feel decent still, so I hadn't like adjusted anything that I was doing here because they typically still work out.
Mhm.
Or at least like I just like we start defaulting really heavy on this map, and then I just kind of work the map and look for kills, and then like play out the rest of the round then.
Mhm.
But yeah, I like it doesn't. The A stuff has always felt like if I don't do one thing, the other thing happens.
For sure.
Like if I go long, I'm gonna have two guys die short, and if I go short, we have the issues that we're seeing in this game. So it's just like I don't know I don't know how to solve it.
Yeah, which is valid. I will say, in my experience, short is more of a problem than long. In general, which is why I pretty much never dart long. It's like maybe I'll dart long
Yeah.
like once a game.
I will dart long if they have an up. That's the only time I'll do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, we didn't see you waste a dart there either. So, I mean, maybe it means that you have to come up with some type of dart lineup that you throw from here before you drone if you wanted to kind of do your consistent, like the way you're doing it now. But like I said, I think the easy fix will be to do a different variation of this so that you can just run up short right away, followed by your drone a bit closer. Like this is probably the more standard one, is you dart there, and then you drone from here so that your drone clears from here. And then now you just run up and then you can chalk your running. And then now you're part of the hit. I would say that's more standard. Dart lands here and then you drone from this corner. But if you're ballsy enough, you could drone from here instead, and this would definitely get more value. I feel like this is something that just happens like more rare for me, but it's definitely good to do so. So I know minor changes for the attack half, but I think it should go a long way. Similar to defense too, to be honest. I would say like minor tweaks in our either starting position or the whether or not we push up if we use the dart or rotate if we didn't. I think really those few tweaks hopefully should lead us in the right direction to have a bit more impact on Haven. But other than that, I mean, it's not like we're playing the game incorrectly or anything like that. It's just unfortunately the timing of everything just isn't working out, you know?
Yeah.
We're playing a lot of C retake, or we're playing a lot of A rounds where our long players die, which it's gonna happen, and we can't get up short. So that's things that we just have to tweak on our end, really.
Yeah, I think I've honestly just been like defaulting so heavy on attack just because of these kind of issues.
Mm-hmm.
And like that works out sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I can try changing some of the things up.
Definitely small tweaks, but it's so important in rank to have strong rushes, you know? So the more we can optimize it, the better it'll be. Because like, you know, if you have strong rushes, like fuck the default, you know, just rush every round.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I guess the theme for attack will be cleaning up executes so they're better spacing / timing, so we can be part of the Gundles. That's the theme for attack. And then for defense, it's more so optimizing starting position, along with mid-round pushes. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Definitely next time you pop a Haven, just try and keep these things in mind, maybe reviewing the notes. But yeah, hopefully we can get a Haven win soon. That'd be good. I know you have some close games for sure, so we're close.
Yup.
Alrighty, man. Do you have any ending points or comments or anything like that for me? Questions, comments?
No, I don't think so. I mean that's like that map's really the only thing that's really been a struggle in ranked.
Mhm.
Everything else like is pretty straightforward, and like right now it's like it feels like either we just win or it's the most unwinnable game to ever touch the face of the planet.
Right. No, I definitely get that.
So yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
I wish the losses were closer so I could figure out like what more I could be doing, but so many of them are not close at all that it's just like, oh well,
Yeah.
it's just tough. Yeah, but
I mean, we could definitely take a look at a stomp sometime to see if it actually is anything to learn, but traditionally they're not my first choice for sure.
yeah, of course not.
Um,
Probably not. Probably
yeah.
not.
But good luck on the week of games. I mean, you're playing confident, which is good. We just don't get to express that too much because of the current playbook that we have. So these tweaks hopefully will allow you to express your Gundles a bit more, which is kind of the goal, I think.
Yeah, we can definitely change some things. We'll see how it works out.
Alrighty, man. I'm excited to see what our Haven looks like just with the small tweaks. Hopefully it does something. If not, we can try to continue brainstorming. But yeah, just hit me up like always if you need anything throughout the week. And other than that, just good luck on the week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course, hopefully Orange Jesus is with us.
Right, for real.
All right, man. You take care.
You take care as well.
Yeah. All right, chat. That was it for me. Hopefully Pixel can win a bit more Haven games. But yeah, I wasn't really reading chat too much. I'm gonna dip out of here. I'm working on my next YouTube video, so I really want to get that done today. And I got a little bit of time before my next coaching call, so I'm gonna try to pump that out. But yeah, you guys take care. I see the chats. Looks like you guys are vibing in here. No one in particular to raid, so yeah, you guys just do your thing. If you guys are watching VCT, enjoy it. But otherwise, I'm gonna dip out of here. Peace. You guys take care. Peace.